Star Citizen Alpha 3.20 focuses heavily on Arena Commander updates, the more quick arcadey jump into a lobby and play version of Star Citizen. We're going to go over all those updates for the latest patch and that live build that's just been released. We have covered all of the persistent universe updates for Star Citizen in another video. Please check that out below. So, it's the largest Arena Commander update the game has seen since its creation. This is only the start and represents the first stage of Star Citizen's revitalization of Arena Commander. CIG want to unlock Arena Commander's potential and bring it to new heights with each patch, so expect more and more coming in the future. The first thing you'll notice is when you load up Arena Commander, there is a unified front end and lobby system for all things Arena Commander, with Star Marine also merged into this as well. It's all in one easily manageable place. This includes a complete rewrite of Arena Commander's lobby system, allowing you to squad up with people directly from your friends or party list, with new squad limits per game mode and allowing for custom lobbies. There's also the exciting new experimental modes, which will rotate for a limited time throughout each patch cycle. These modes range from simple variants of existing modes like single weapon elimination to brand new modes that explore new mechanics or are significant for testing, early in development features, or just something fun and interesting. So what modes, you ask, are in this patch cycle? Gun Rush. So this is a fast-paced elimination mode where every time you get a kill, your weapon changes and victory goes to whoever goes through that fastest, whoever gets to the final weapon and gets a kill with it. I think it's 16 weapons. Tank Royale. Players face off in a free-for-all tank battle across different ground arenas. The idea here is to test the new sort of ground physics. There's also a team tank battle version of this. Single weapon elimination. Ever wondered how you'd fare on an even playing field? Single weapon elimination debuts with the Arc Light Pistol, the weapon all players have beginning their journey in the persistent universe. So you just use that, but obviously they'll just go, and now one day we're using just shotguns or whatever. Mirror Match. Single vehicle elimination didn't quite have a ring to it. Mirror Match equips each player with a communal, no purchase necessary, Mirai Fury. So I think this was called 2 Fury, 2 Furious before. Prove your dogfighting skills in this 1v1 game mode where each player flies the same ship. I believe they're also non-customizable in that particular setting. There's a calendar and schedule of exactly what's going to be in experimental modes and when, linked down below, so you're not always going to be able to play Gun Rush or test master modes or have the Tank Royale stuff. There's been a rewrite of Arena Commander's spawning and loadout modules. This now utilizes persistent entity streaming, new entitlement services, and a new spawn screen, allowing players to select their vehicle and change it within the game, rather than having to do it from before you go in the sort of pre-game lobby. In the future, this will allow for multi-crew, more customization, and changing spawn locations on the fly. They've removed the ability to customize your undersuit, and team-based game modes will now overrate your armor. Ammo and medpens are no longer manually equipped. Instead, players are restocked on respawn. These changes allow them to streamline the loadout customization experience while they continue to work towards a refactored UI. Racing updates. The New Horizons Speedway has been revamped. So this is one of Star Citizen's oldest locations, and it's getting a big update with the planet Green. So the third planet of the Ellis system has basically been plopped in for use for the location of the New Horizons Speedway. This gives you a full atmospheric racing experience, and there's refined tracks and layouts there as well. So that's Old Vanderbilt, Record Memorial Raceway, Defford Link, and there's now a new fourth race, which is Halloran Circuit, that introduces new challenges with difficulty rivaling Defford Link, the hardest of the tracks. That planet Green is also used as an atmospheric dogfighting map, so pretty much all dogfighting and flight game modes will support that map, so you can play that in Vandal Swarm, Pirate Swarm, all that sort of jazz. Also, you've got Security Post Korea, you've got Jericho Station. These are both maps that are available to do dogfighting in now, and the Security Post Korea, that's dogfighting and FPS. There's a cut-down Echo 11 map for FPS elimination. There's persistent universe races that have been added to Arena Commander as well as individual circuits. So you've got Euterpe Icebreaker, the Snake Pit, Yedar Valley, Miner's Lament, and all those maps have received VFX and polish updates and time of day lighting passes. Pirate Swarm has seen updates as well, so obviously you can do Pirate Swarm and Vandal Swarm on those new dogfighting maps, but Pirate Swarm has also been updated, especially the last wave, which now has a UE fleet coming in to help you after you survive for a long period of time. There's a massive sort of pirate fleet that jump in and you have to survive, and then you'll get some help showing off Idrises and javelins and capital ships and everything shooting each other. There is a huge amount of improvements, bug fixes and performance updates for the patch as well. It has really refined that Arena Commander experience. There are new rewards as well. You can see that some of the game modes give you some rewards. It will say literally up on the screen if you get like 2 times wreck or something like that. There are various rewards that you can only get in online matches, basically badges and unlocks to certain things. So there's a set of 2953 badges for Pirate Aggressor, so completing Pirate Swarm. That also unlocks the ability to be able to purchase the Pirate Gladius and Caterpillar Pirate Edition as well. Vandal Aggressor, reach wave 25 of Endless Vandal Swarm. Master of Arms, win a match of Gun Rush. Tank Commander, win a match of any tank game mode, and a 999th Test Squadron, play every Alpha 3.20 experimental mode to completion at least once. And when they have new experimental modes and that sort of stuff, expect those rewards to potentially get some updates. There's a few little game mode adjustments to what we've had in Arena Commander as well. Duel, that mode's been updated to be round-based, so players now face off in a best-of-3 match, but ballistics and missiles will persist between rounds. Rounds reset after each kill. The Last Stand game mode has been renamed Control. Free Fly has been reduced from 24 players to 16 players, just for better performance. Competitive scoring. All competitive game modes now feature a new competitive scoring system where you are measured against the leaderboard rating of your opponent. Fighting the best pilot in the verse, you'll get increased score depending on the difference in your rating. And on the flip side, experienced players now receive significantly reduced score for killing new players or low-ranking players. Death cameras. All game modes now feature death cams, originally exclusive to Theatres of War. These new death cams will follow your killer, giving you a better idea of who and what and where, how to die. Lobby recover. If you disconnect or crash out of a lobby or a game, you should be able to reconnect. Some ballistic pickup balance. So ballistic pickups now reward 100% of your ammo divided by the number of ballistic weapons that you have on your ship. So if you have 4, then you get 25% of your max ammo for each of those added. If you just had 1 weapon that was ballistic, then that would get entirely full. The pickups also award countermeasures. Medpens. They resolved an issue that was causing medpens to only heal sort of like 3%. Alongside this change, they've made a number of quality of life improvements to medpens overall, including that once healed, you'll automatically switch back to your weapon, and you'll automatically discard that medpen as well. Scoreboard updates. The first of a series of updates to the scoreboard have been added, including a minor visual update primarily for team-based game modes, now showing team names, logos, and rounds won. Squad members will be highlighted differently. Lethal takedowns. You can now hold the takedown button to perform a lethal takedown, regardless whether or not you've got a knife. Tap the takedown button to perform a non-lethal takedown. Some of the modes in Arena Commander now just allocate you weapons and gear. This is part of a new updated entitlement system. If you own a vehicle, then you should be able to customize it. If you don't own it because it's been gifted to you in a particular mode, they're not normally customizable. And in certain game modes, they're specifically not customizable at all because they want you to have the same thing as someone else, or they're balanced for a reason. Now that's most of your Arena Commander updates, other than Master Modes. So Master Modes are the set of new sort of flight systems and combat systems planned for Star Citizen. It is a massive change. It basically divides your ship into SEM combat mode. So you're going, I want to do combat. I have access to my weapons, my shields, and all my basic functionality of my ship, but I can't go above my SEM speed, and I can't quantum jump. So you're locked into those dogfighting speeds, and you're very much going, I am going to go into combat, or I'm using the normal functions of my ship. And the other mode here is nav mode, which goes, well, I've got no shields or weapons, can't use them, but I am instead able to go very fast. I'm able to go above my SCM speeds, basically cruise, and I'm able to quantum jump, quantum boost. In Arena Commander, Master Modes are being tested in Special, Free Flight, Duel, and Endless Vandal Swarm modes. It clearly states that they are Master Mode versions of those. Endless Vandal Swarm is available during the limited test of Master Modes. Swarms of Vandal Scavengers, Hunters, Alphas, and the 7 infamous Vandal Primes will turn up in larger and larger amounts to wreck your day. There may never be an end to this swarm, but how long can you survive? They won't wait for you to clear out a wave either, so do it quickly or get overwhelmed. So, master modes. Press B to swap between nav and SCM mode. You can still boost. You can use your afterburner to temporarily allow you to extend your speed above the normal SCM bounds. SCM has very good regeneration rates of all your systems as well, and nav mode does not. Swapping between the modes is not immediate either. Shield face health is stored in a buffer up to a certain ratio when going from SCM to nav, and then when you go back from nav to SCM, that buffer will quickly be pushed back into the faces. The shield face generation from that buffer cannot be interrupted by incoming fire. You can't tricord anymore. You're sort of pushed forward more. The highest G accelerations are now forward. Best rotation axis is defined per ship. Gladius agility was increased. Boost and regen were adjusted. It's worth mentioning that the master modes are focusing on the Gladius as the test ship. This ship is probably the most refined ship that Cloud Imperium have. They are going to be using it in Squadron 42. It is one of the main ships that will be using in Squadron 42, and it is the ship they constantly try to get up to gold standard. There is also now a new aiming system. They've changed the way that a fixed assist and assist works. Auto gimbal mode, instead of keeping the target in an 8-degree cone, you only need to keep the target roughly around your aim point, and your gimbals will track. When auto gimbals are not tracking, they will act like manual gimbals. Fixed mode, there is 1 pip per projectile speed group and type of weapon. Manual gimbal mode now has fixed assist for each gun. They've drastically increased ballistic ammo, which is very much welcome from my point of view. Gimbals have now changed, so you can basically go get a size 3 weapon point. You can put a size 3 gimbal on that, and then you can put a size 3 gun on that. But if you have a gimbal with the same sized weapon as the gimbal, you do get a penalty of, I think it's around 20% fire rate. So previously this was if you had gimbaled so they sort of can move more easily and track better, that you'd have to have a weapon size down on the gimbal. There is some custom weapon stats for the Gladius weaponry as well at the moment. Now, both Cloud Imperium games and I are extremely interested in your feedback on master modes. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's got legs? And sort of refining this and getting it in a good state and pushing Cloud Imperium to get it done as quickly as possible will get us a better game faster. That's my opinion of it. It is essential for Squadron 42 to be released. It is essential to have the flight model and combat model nailed down ASAP in Star Citizen. Yes, they might evolve it a bit and they might iterate on it. Great, and they do a load of balance on it, but I want the core and I want the bones and a lot of the flesh on the system to be there. I like combat and the way it looks and feels now. So you're typically closer to ships when you're fighting them. It's significantly less jousty. Combat makes a lot more sense, while sort of NPCs don't try and run away from you when they get shot a little bit. But there's a ton of improvements they could do. But I am really interested to know, are you enjoying 3.20? How are you finding the Persistent Universe? How are you finding Arena Commander? What modes have you tested? What do you enjoy in 3.20? Or what don't you enjoy so much? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. NordVPN is amazing and you should buy it. It's so useful, it's easier to tell you what it can't do. NordVPN can't do your taxes. Nord, how much do I owe for VAT? NordVPN can't help you buy more spaceships. Nord, add a terrapin to my shopping cart. NordVPN can't cook for you. No, my cabbages! And NordVPN can't be your girlfriend. Can't or won't NordVPN, if that is your real name. NordVPN.com/BoredGamer will help you connect to the internet more safely, securely, and anonymously, with greater access to the content you want. But can I teach it to love? Links below for the best NordVPN deals around. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for September, that's for the Drake Corsair, that fantastic exploration ship. Not only will you be able to explore the verse with it, but the ship is perfectly competent at a huge range of gameplay, and is a fantastic mission-running ship. You can use it for cargo, you can put some vehicles in there. It's reasonably good in a fight. One of the true multi-role, multi-crew ships. To be in for a chance of winning one of those, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. Also down below are links to be able to support the channel more. There's the join button, making you one of my elite channel members. You'll get occasional exclusive content. There's also YouTube badges and emotes to show your support. There's also Patreon for those of you that prefer that. We try to mirror the rewards on there as well. But just people liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos goes a long way. A heartfelt thank you to everyone that watched the video. I hope you have a great September, and I'll see you in the verse.